What is it about the silence that troubles you so much? Is it because you are faced with what was? Hi, I'm Jeff with Illuminated Fate. Every day I draw a random meditation for the day to reflect on the energies that are either coming or the energies that have been throughout the day, depending on when this video hits your feed. But when this video hits your feed, it comes to you at the precise moment that it needs to in your growth and development as a human being. Today, the meditation is fire over Tao. The Tao is the natural way that things progress, the ebb and flow. What is fire? Fire is light. Fire is a force that can comfort us or hurt us. It sparks, brings forth, burns away, but also provides the warmth that we need for our meals to give us nourishment. Now, as far as the meditation in this passage in the book today, I'm going to decide not to read it. This oracle was made, I think it was like 2003 or so. And the passage, though well-meaning, was slightly, 2002, was slightly misguided, I find. Because there is a Eurocentric tone that is kind of being played, but also kind of this mystical Asian thing that's going on with the meditation passage, which at this point in time and in my development as a human being, I find it a little uncomfortable. So, but the essence of the meditation is really good. So instead of reading the passage for the meditation, I want to focus on the proverb and the poem and kind of deliver to you the essence of what is being said here. So this is the proverb. The longer the night lasts, the more ghosts will come. The meditation, the poem. The temple is still for the ghosts. The helpers stand silent in awe. The nobles who assist the dead have been purified and purged. Heaven displays its answering spirits. They flit through the temple so fast, as bright and glorious as the sun, showing no disdain for we mortals. What are ghosts? If we look at the stories that we've told ourselves, that we've told each other, the movies, the folk tales, ghosts represent an aspect of the past. Sometimes that aspect in these stories come to help us. Sometimes they haunt us, scare us to our very core, to where we tremble and are unable to move, right? When you look at your past, the past, how things have been put in place to the present moment, it's okay to be reverent of the past, because the past is what brings, or what shapes us, molds us like clay. And the favorable and unfavorable aspects of that are the very things that make you the kind of person that you are. They shape our personality. They shape our perspective. They shape our life to the present moment. But just as one can have reverence over the past doesn't have to dictate the way that our future unfolds. And that is the heart, the essence of the meditation that we're brought with today. there are a lot of things going on right now. Forces at play that want to keep things firmly in the past or even go back even further than what the present moment has given us. There are, how do I say this? There are appeals to the past and to tradition. But if anybody has any sort of debate background, it's well known that an appeal to tradition is a logical fallacy. It only goes as far as the weight of belief that one is willing to put behind it. And if nobody has any sort of reverence for or a connection to those traditions, to argue for someone to follow them, it means nothing to them. It's fallible. It's nothing to actually place an actual argument on. And we have a lot of that right now. A lot of people want to stir up the past and implement it in the now. But what has passed has passed. It's gone. It's gone. It only holds on to you as much as this current moment does, or as much as you allow it to in this current moment. So, there are aspects of the way things are right now that stir up moments in our past. And like the ghosts, these moments can cause us to tremble with fear, unable to move, unable to be certain of where to move. What ghosts are you afraid of? One thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video is I also do 3-card pulls of tarot. Partially to give insights of the current state of the collective, partially to give us tools and perspective on how to move forward from this moment that you and I are sharing right now. So, as I get ready to draw 3 cards for the collective, take a breath, sit in the silence, and see what stirs within you, and whether or not it's something that should have power over you. In reverence to the past and to my ancestry, I got the Celtic tarot. A lot of Celtic imagery. It's fantastical, much like the myths. Let's take a moment and had a card pop out, or I'm going to go ahead and continue to draw. Take a moment to breathe. Okay. Spooky. We got death here. This is the first card. A lot of what we're talking about is the past, moving on. When the death card shows up in a tarot reading, one of the messages that it's giving us is, trying to think of the right way to put this, is look at the things that have ended in our lives, the things from our past. Have we moved on from them? How much do we still hold on to them? Next card. Ooh. So, in combination with this, the second card, we are currently in a place where the present moment gives us harmony. Now, you may feel the stirring of what's going on right now within. But if one is to be in the current moment, then one can let that stirring settle. It's much of what we were talking about in an early video about just sitting with the moment, no judgment, and just allowing yourself to simply exist. That seems to be the tool that we need right now to figure out what ties need to be cut with our past or the past that happened prior to even us existing as people right now. How much of that past dictates where you are right now, and how much of that are you allowing to rule over your future? Being in the current moment fully and harmonizing with it is the very thing that will give us the insight to actually face that, confront that. One more card. And then we'll look at that other one that popped out. Then we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords comes to us in a tarot reading when we need, the best thing that we need is to just take a moment to relax and to heal. You know, the process of looking at the past and seeing what effect it has on our present and future is one of those moments that, best way to say this, is pretty intense. It can be an intense thing. Let's go ahead and flip these. Yeah, there we go. That way we can show the progression. So, much like we were called in with our meditation, look at what has been, what is no longer around, but what still lingers. What doesn't need to linger anymore? Grounding yourself in the present moment will give you clarity to look at that in a more detached way, to where our emotional bodies don't become affected by it as much as it did either in the moment or the recollections that we had of that moment. Our emotional body does not differentiate when our thoughts are in the present or in the past. It's the present, the right here, right now, that really aligns with the natural flow of things, the natural state, and also helps us foster and cultivate our connection to the divine and our higher selves, our higher thought. So what we have is a calling to really dig in and see where that is. Recognize it, make amends, move past, right past wrongs within your soul. And then take a moment to rest and recover, because that process in and of itself is a great deal of work and leads to greater growth. As soon as I said that, it started to rain. Rain is cleansing. What is this last card? The Ten of Swords. We're moving past our pain. We are in the end of a cycle. Everything that has wronged you has already wronged you, and it doesn't have to wrong you anymore. This is the end of pain. That is what the Ten of Swords represents. And with that, I'm Jeff. This is Illuminated Fate. I'll see you again soon.